Bendix have an EV hybrid range, but what are you seeing the differences or maybe requirements that these vehicles are bringing to Bendix?
Yeah, it's interesting. And, we took a step back, we thought about it. Early in 2020, our lease company that gives us supplies our company vehicles said, look, would you guys like to drive an EV for a while? So I ended up having an EV for a month just to get a feel of what's important. And what ended up coming to the top was these things are really quiet. So there's noise, vibration, harshness, so your NVH, very, very, very low. So you've got this really quiet driving experience in this vehicle. And the last thing you want, again, is noisy brakes. The other thing is a very different driving experience. So the EV you've got, and you can change the amount of regen braking you have, but you can actually have a really high level of regen braking. So your brake pads aren't doing a lot of the time. So unless you're really stomping on it. You're really stomping it on around town or whatever. Most of it's, suburban driving, you're only using the brakes, from the last maybe 2 car lengths as you come up to the traffic lights.
Right, okay.
Or if someone pulls out in front of you and you need to jump on the brakes.
Yep.
So what's happening is the brakes are cold. So you actually need good performance from cold because you're not on it the whole time.
And quiet.
Yes, absolutely. Yeah. Quiet and low dust. So they're the areas that we've really spent some time.
It's interesting, isn't it? It's interesting. It is a very new market, and we're very much early days.
Yeah.
It's like the beta before we went VHS, and we're now going towards CDs.
Yeah.
And we don't really know what's happening because they're obviously giving us the technology. You talk about the regenerative braking side of things. Do you have any idea of sort of kilometerage longer that you're getting in
again, it comes down, I'll give you 2 examples. So I ask every Uber driver when I get an Uber, because they're mainly hybrid Camrys, how long do your brakes last? And I've had quite a few guys say to me, probably, but more than, so they're not prompted, but about 200,000 Ks before they'll look at the brakes on a hybrid Camry.
Wow.
Okay, so that's, remember these are Uber drivers, so it's about, how do I do this without, lowest fuel use, lowest tyre wear, all those things. So they're driving very carefully, very gently, and they're getting 200,000 Ks before they look at it.
Wow.
So on the flip side, I saw an article, Tesla Model 3 Performance, went out and did some track work on Laguna Seca in the States, 6 laps. So brand new car, 6 laps, metal to metal. So because you've got that big mass, it's a heavy car, lots of performance, and then when you get it really hot, then again, you're back to really high performance requirements.
That's something that we don't probably take into consideration is that we think about that, but they are, especially EV vehicles, are extremely heavy.
Absolutely.
They do have a low centre point of gravity, so you have that confidence of going, hey, this handles well.
Yeah.
But sometimes the brakes, if you're not thinking about what you've got there, you can go through them quick.
Correct. So, and we're finding EVs, it's not one market, so it's depending on what people want out of it. So there's people that are buying EVs because some of them have fantastic performance. It'll absolutely blow your mind performance. Other people are buying it because it's cheap to run and it's quiet and fits that ecological mindset.
Yeah. So
again, even within that, need to ask the questions. But most people we're seeing in EVs and hybrids, again, they're looking, it's a quiet vehicle. It's a suburban driven vehicle. So just like that nice quiet driving experience. So.
It's an interesting one, isn't it?
It is, absolutely.